hear me without the microphone?
Yes.
Because I can't quite reach the microphone. My name is Jill Navy. I'm from the League of Women Voters, and I'll be moderating tonight's Meet the Candidates night. With each of the four candidates, we'll have an opening statement. I believe they were told between 1 and 2 minutes, so we'll hold them to 2 minutes. And then we'll have some questions for them. We have some questions we received beforehand. If you have a question, raise your hand, and Margaret will give you a card to write the question out. We unfortunately have only 45 minutes because there's the budget hearing to follow this. So we'll get started right away. The candidates are Michael Tutman, Ann Wager-Grounds, Brian Houle, and Ann Apicella. And we'll start with Ms. Apicella with her opening. Oh, one other thing. Judy Myers will be timing and let the candidates know when they've gone too long. And on the questions, each question will be addressed to one candidate who will have 2 minutes, and then each of the other candidates will have 1 minute to answer the same question, and I'll try to keep track of them. So, Ms. Apicella, do you want to start with your statement, please?
Good evening. I'm Ann Apicella. I was born and raised in Troy. My husband Paul and I have 2 married daughters and 2 grandsons. I retired from the Troy City School District after 26 years of service as a TA. I am currently serving as a Vice President of Seton Health Auxiliary, and I have been a volunteer at the new Cancer Center at St. Mary's Hospital. I've been an active member of the Troy School Board for the last 3 years. I'm on the Policy Committee, the P-TECH Committee, and newly appointed to the Mini Grants Committee. I also try to attend as many school-related functions as possible. I would like to thank the League of Women Voters for the opportunity to speak to the Troy taxpayers. Thank you.
Mr. Houle?
My name is Brian Houle. I'm a lifelong resident of Troy. I've been educated in the Troy school system, graduated EOC, Human Service with honors, continued education in biology at Troy High, former general manager of a cell phone store. My past volunteer services, board member of Lanceburg Independent Baseball League, where I headed up the fundraising committee. I also volunteered at the East Greenbush Animal Hospital every week, every Wednesday for 4 hours from 9 to 1 for a total of 4 years under the direction of Dr. Debbie Chu. I'm a former firefighter EMS provider. Also volunteer and teach CPR first aid for animals at the American Red Cross. Active 11-year charter board member at the First Avenue Peer Support Program in Waterloo, New York, helping people deal with mental illnesses. I'm engaged to my fiancée, April, right here, and I'm expecting that is coming up very shortly. And I'm running for board, not only as a concerned taxpayer, but have a little bit more fiscal responsibility with this board.
Good evening. My name is Ann Wager-Grounds. I would like to thank the League of Women Voters, Mary Beth Bruno, our board clerk, and the Central Administration for arranging tonight. I am a lifelong resident of Troy. I graduated from Troy High in 1973. My daughter attended the middle school, School 18, the middle school, and she was a graduate of 2009. And my mother, who's in the audience, was a graduate of School 10 and Troy High in 1949. And she's only 60 years old. So basically, Troy City School District is in my blood. I have been on the school board since 2006, and this is my 4th term. I have served on the as facility chairperson on the District Mini Grants Committee. I am board liaison for the current capital project, the liaison for the $54 million capital project, in which you're sitting in one of the products of. I currently am the parliamentarian. I was the past vice president, the past president of the board. Serving on the board allows me to give back to the community that I strongly believe in. I am very proud of the board that I sit with today. We have set the district goals, vision, and mission statement, and our decisions, budget, and target is to keep them in the very forefront of everything that happens in the Tri-City schools. We have put strong, knowledgeable leaders in place to guide us through a very promising future in Troy. We have excellent administrators, faculty, and staff, and I look forward to working with them to provide the education that all of our children deserve. I look forward to the next 3 years of my term and helping our district with the challenges ahead of us. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Michael Tubman, and I'm running for re-election. I'm just finishing up my second term on the board. While I've been on the board, my accomplishments include being a member of the District Safety Committee, where I work closely with Superintendent Carmelo to update and improve emergency planning for all our buildings. I have also acted as Troy's representative to the New York State Association of Small City School Districts, where we lobby the state to try and get the needs of small cities met through the state budget and through other laws that lobby. I also served on the District Technology Committee for 3 years, where we developed the district's 5-year plans, and that led into the latest capital project with the technology. I also have felt it important during my time on the board and on the District Tech Committee to advocate for the fact that we serve a variety of different income levels here, and that we have to keep in mind our neediest students and the way of technology. Not everyone has a computer at home. In other ways, the school forms a very important center of our community, and I've been greatly in favor of reaching out via the school buildings in order to service our communities. Lastly, I've served 5 years as the district FOIL officer. I appreciate the opportunity that I've been given to serve on the Board of Ed for the past 2 terms. It has been a pleasure to give back to the community by my involvement with the school district, and I hope to be able to continue in this capacity well into the future. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll start our first question with Mr. Poole, and then come down the line and go back to Ms. Epicella. The question is this. Given all the curricular requirements that the schools must meet, how can we still ensure that our children develop a broad way of thinking that helps them participate effectively in their communities and appreciate their lives to the fullest?
Can you repeat that?
Sure. Given all the curricular requirements that schools must meet, how can we still ensure that our children develop a broad way of thinking that helps them participate effectively in their communities and appreciate their lives to the fullest?
I would start by introducing children to volunteer work, such as myself, veterinarians, adult homes, seniors, a lot of stray animals, the pound, Manan's shelter, definitely use volunteers. Get them more involved with baseball, Little League, stuff like that, where we can have fundraisers and raise money for the leagues. All while doing that in school. I mean, kids go to school on a regular basis, and I would think that a little bit of extra curricular volunteer work wouldn't hurt the child.
I think one of the ways is, I think most of our schools, all of our schools, promote being good citizens to all of our children. And I think having a supported budget that will support that in having our clubs, because most of our clubs and extracurricular activities aren't only sports and music, they are also social clubs. We're out in the community. We know that the Key Club and clubs like that do branch out to go into the Eddy and some of our nursing homes in the area and support a lot of the community involvement, such as our community gardens and things like that. So, and I think having a secure budget that we can afford the stipends to make sure that they are led in that direction to become good citizens is something that being on the board is important to me.
Could you repeat the question?
Sure. the requirements that schools must meet, how can we still ensure that our children develop a broad way of thinking that helps them participate effectively in their communities and appreciate their lives to the fullest?
I'm a big fan of the liberal arts. Although I'm a civil engineer and have a Bachelor of Science to be able to do what I do, I also first got a degree in the liberal arts, which, among other things, teaches a person how to think and how to write. I believe that this district does value those things, and I also believe that it's good to have a well-rounded program, including arts to go with science, and a well-rounded sports program and other extracurricular activities. Education is more than just sitting in a classroom for 9 periods. And I think one thing that has been so fantastic about this district is all the different opportunities that it affords our students to help develop them.
Excel?
Well, we're in our 3rd year of the P-TECH grant. The P-TECH grant is Pathways in Technology, Early College, High School. And that affords our children, well, first year we had 30, the second year we had 30, this year we had 60. And that is giving them the opportunity to get a 4-year Regents diploma and a 2-year associate's degree in applied science. They work hand in hand with the business, their business component, and they learn all sorts of business ideas. They have to map out. I went to a program where they had to do the advertising for Nike for a sneaker. It was extremely interesting. They criticized one another, or critiqued, I should say. They critiqued one another. Thank you. Sorry.
Mr. Brown, we'll start with you on the next question. This is about school number 2. How would you see school number 2 developing its community school designation?
Say that, repeat that. Please.
Okay, School 2 has been designated as a community school with specific funding for that end. What programs do you think should be developed at this school to ensure a community educational resource appropriate to the school community?
School 2 is at the end of a grant, a few $1 million grant that we have developed over the past 3 years. The community within School 2 to follow through, and if we were following it, you would see that School 2 has done nothing but improve over the past 3 years. We have strong administrators in there. We have after-school programs. We are giving them every bit of support that community school needs. I'm not really sure what direction that question's going in, but we are definitely aware of the issues in School 2 and are definitely paying attention to them.
Over the last few years, part of School 2's comeback has been to bring parents and family members into the school to become more involved, both in the programs of education for the children, but also for character-based programs, after-school programs, parent workshops. This is all very important. As a community school, it's a resource which can help bring together the community and service providers in the area to help with family problems and counseling, and just become a resource where we have people such as our social workers in this district to help families get benefits that are out there that could be of help to them.
Well, Dr. Maxine Ford was the interim principal at School 2, and she partnered with Park Playhouse to bring in the Annie production. And it was a whole school effort from, I think it was second and third grade up to fifth grade. They had the sets, they had the costumes, they put on a production on a Friday and a Saturday afternoon. It was wonderful, and it really brought the community together. They enjoyed it tremendously. I never saw so many parents there. They weren't supposed to be taking pictures, but some did. No videos, but some did. And they really did. They just clapped, standing ovations for all the little ones. So there really was something to say.
Mr. Gould.
Definitely won't sugarcoat it, but I don't really know much information about school too. Based on the information that these people set forth, obviously they've been working with school too, so I really don't have an answer.
Go on to the next question, and that will go to Ms. Wade. What are you most excited about regarding the budget for next year?
Probably the single most thing that I'm excited about is the fact that for another, I've lost count of the years, we have not gone backwards. We have not had any layoffs. We have been able to maintain our programs. This budget was a little bit lean. We weren't able to add as much as we would have liked. But over the years, we have gotten more teachers into the classroom as needed, as our district has even expanded. Students come back to charter schools. We have gotten social workers, and we've been able to maintain all the extracurricular programs and all the academic programs we've had, and even added some. I think that's first and foremost the thing that I'm proudest about in the budget. I also am very pleased that we were able to do it this year without any sort of tax levy increase. I have long advocated, as we're all aware on the board, that taxes are high, and we don't raise taxes lightly when we do, but I have advocated for several years for 0% increases, and I'm very pleased to say that this year we had a 0% levy increase.
Ms. Apicella?
I think because I was employed by the district for many years, and I saw a lot of teachers be laid off, that were laid off, not only teachers but staff, which brought class sizes right up to unbelievable proportions. So this year, we're hiring 7 new elementary teachers, which I really and truly believe that elementary class size should be very low, because that's where they get their foundation, the basics. And the more kids you have, the less time you have to spend with each one. So I'm happy that there's no layoffs, no program cuts, and 0% tax increase.
Congratulations, we're getting 7 new teachers. It can't hurt for elementary school, like Ann said, that class sizes should be smaller for younger children. But as a taxpayer, and when I receive something in the mail about a tax levy, was this $112,909,509, and it suggests a tax levy be put on the taxpayers. But you guys say there's no tax levy. And then we don't even talk about the proposition. I don't want to get off on a tangent away from the budget, but we're asking for an additional $23 million from the taxpayers. Where's all this money going to come from?
That's it.
Then what's this? What do we have here? Or am I not reading it right?
We have a
budget
coming up after this, so.
When somebody mails out something like this and people don't understand, we have questions too. So,
I take it, Mr. Gould, you're not excited about anything in the budget?
well, I'm excited that they brought up the 7 new teachers, you know, for the elementary kids. That's a good thing, you know what I mean? Because obviously you have to start off education at a younger age. So.
Ms. Wade-Lowry?
When I'm excited about the budget, I'm excited about everything that Brian Poole is not excited over. Okay, we have been out for the past 2 weeks educating our community on what that sheet of paper says, which is no tax increase, okay? And we are staying, and that $23.5 million that you're looking at is 85% of that is going to be covered by the state. And the rest of it will be coming in from one-time use money, which is the sale. And if I'm taken away from the superintendent's speech next time, I apologize ahead of time.
Presentation, 20 minutes.
But I am very excited over this budget because at the very beginning of our budget talks, which were back in December, we asked our assistant superintendent, Adam Hoteling, and our superintendent to find a way to make a zero tax increase for our taxpayers, because all of us up here are taxpayers. And we did it. That tax levy is, there is not going to be any tax increase for the taxpayers. If you would stay and listen to the next one, and I invite everybody to listen to the budget presentation, because for the first time in the 9 years that I've been on the board, this is the first time that we've done that. And I have been through the layoffs, the massive layoffs, and we are in such a positive place right now with the Tri-City School District that it only adds to the happiness of the Tri-City School District with the zero tax increase. And we also will get new playgrounds, 7 new teachers, new roofs, new windows. So we are looking at a district that band-aided a lot of things for the past 8 years, and we're finally taking. Am I out? Am I out? I'm not. Okay, I'll stop. But I can keep on going.
If I answered the question.
Yeah, you started.
Is anybody?
Everybody's good.
Everybody's okay. Next question, what do you think are the Troy School District's biggest strengths? And would you choose one of them and describe what you would do to make it better, or even better? Who are we up to? I think we're up to Ms. Appicello.
I know. Thank you, Mary. I'm thinking, well, our strengths are our people, our superintendent, the administration, our teachers, and our staff. And would I make it better? There's a few things, but I think right now we're in a good place, like Ann said. We're in a very good place. Our administrators, everybody seems to be pulling together to one common goal, to make this the best school district in the capital district. And that trickles down. Then people want to come live in Troy. Businesses want to come, open businesses. People want to build houses. And when you go to look for a house, you want to know the first thing, what's the school district like? And our technology is state-of-the-art. People are coming to see our technology, 21st century technology, thanks to a bond that we floated last year. So I think that's basically it.
Well, I really wouldn't complain about the school district. When my stepdaughter came here, she came from another school, and her grades excelled. Forget the guy's name. Mr. O'Mealy, is it? Mr. O'Mealy?
Yes.
He got a hold of Bianca and gave her an opportunity to be vice president of the student council, and we helped her campaign. She was elected, and she graduated from the 8th grade, went into the 9th, and then moved away. But I even had some employment here, and the teachers are great teachers. We can't, we're not going to sugarcoat that either. I've heard a lot about Mr. Carmel. I'm not sitting here trying to stroke anybody's ego, but
It works.